crazy event, man. I mean, just to think that Bryant went completely undefeated in every elimination race that he had was pretty badass. And the race with Nick Cryer, literally by like 7 thousandths, was the difference there. And it shouldn't have been that close at all. But that's the way it goes in racing. That's why everybody loves it. All right, welcome to episode 119 of the Drag Driver Pete Show, presented by Summit Racing. Y'all. We'll run through these racers. Of course, the winners of the fastest streetcar shootout classes at the Havlicks Fastest Streetcar Tribute Reunion Race. True Street winner, Mr. Matt McReynolds. This car is awesome. I love this. He races two black El Caminos. He won with this one here in True Street. Super cool class. Car went down just about every time. This dude is a genius at that stuff. Super Street winner, Mr. Kyle Morris, in the on the right side of the screen there in the New Edge Mustang. That car, small block Ford powered. I know there's a lot of guys that can't believe small block Fords go that fast, but they did. He ran 787 or 792. I can't remember what his quickest pass was, but in competition he went 799 for the first, like for the drive that, or the Super Street class win. And Steve jumped, like Steve Morris' dad jumped up and down. I was like, yes, that's awesome. It was pretty cool to see that car go that fast. And then winner of the Outlaw 10.5, Mr. Will Fair, in one of my favorite like Tri-5s that was there, and there were several of them that was there. This car here, super cool car, and goes very, very fast in Outlaw 10.5. Rob Seaton takes home the win in Nostalgia Pro Street. Rob Seaton wins that class. And then our boy, one of our other favorite folks in the world, Mr. Glenn Hunter Jr., takes the win in Pro Street. This car was on rails all weekend, just absolutely did work. Again, another car is undefeated the whole time. And then Joe Barry, man, I love this car. I love that family. Joe Barry for president, as Adam Dory says all the time. In Nostalgia Outlaw, taking that class win home, and showed a lot of sportsmanship. There was a green Chevelle that was once owned by Richie Wyman that was there, that was also racing in Nostalgia Outlaw, and that car did I'm telling you, 350 foot burnout, at least, maybe 400. It was gigantically long, just huge. Car ended up stopping about 660 feet out, and he backed all the way up. Well, when he backed up, something went wrong. Joe Barry shut his car off and gave him time to try and get it started. They couldn't get it going again, but they ended up finally just bowing out, and Joe made a pass down the track to move on to the finals the next morning. So Nostalgia Outlaw winner, Mr. Joe Barry. And then, of course, Bryant Goldstone, Brian Robbins win the overall Outlaw class with Jason Hurley, one of our good friends, going to the finals with them. Crazy event, man. I mean, just to think that Bryant went completely undefeated in every elimination race that he had was pretty badass. And the race with Nick Cryer, literally by like 7 thousandths, was the difference there. And it shouldn't have been that close at all. But that's the way it goes in racing. That's why everybody loves it. And then to do the drag and drive shootout, which is kind of like a secondary part here, but you know, Brian and Jess are such huge drag and drive fans and racers that obviously they had to put this in. So you did the drive, come back. The MAG sponsored the Big Tire Shootout. The Big Tire part of the Drag and Drive Shootout, $5,000 to win. Mr. Bryant Goldstone and Brian Robbins took that money home. So that's $8,000 they put in their pocket this weekend. And then Molly Motorsports racers and high performance enthusiasts, ready to start your next engine build? If so, there's no better time than now to check out Molly Motorsports all-in-one Power Pack piston kits. With over 1,200 applications, these kits come complete with pistons, rings, wrist pins, and clips all designed to work together. Molly Motorsports Power Pack piston kits take out all the guesswork. No more trying to determine if a piston will need this ring to work with a certain cylinder size. Molly Motorsport did all the engineering so you can get to the part that matters, building a power plant that leads to victory lane. Visit mollymotorsport.com for more details. And for everyone listening to this, not watching, Molly is spelled M-A-H-L-E. Mr. Glenn Hunter won the small tire portion, sponsored by Rocky Mountain Race Week. So love to see, drag and drive companies and events hosting, promoting other events by, sponsoring classes and helping with promotion and posting about it and all that stuff. And of course, Matt Frost came all the way down to race here in the event too. So it was pretty cool to see all those guys. Let me see. I've got a couple pictures here I want to show you guys from Eric, and then also from Dirty Panda, the Mr. Richard Brewer himself. So I thought this shot was really cool. Matt lining up against Jason Hurley. This was early on, and those guys really only rolled this thing out to about 150 feet and then both let off. I wish we had seen them line up together for an eliminations round. And maybe we did. Maybe they did go in the semis together. I can't remember. Jason Hurley, huge burnout when he come down for Sunday morning. I think he ran it out to about 200 feet. And then, of course, some of the Pro Street stuff. Mike Cotton was there in the 80s Pro Street car here, early 90s Pro Street car. Freaking awesome. Steve Morris, I thought this was a great shot by Eric, just of down the track and just how wide that car looks. And then, of course, the one we showed earlier here with Bryant Goldstone's boat, 2 of his cars there. Can't wait to see this Corvette take on the drag and drive world. And, of course, the Javelin that is just, it's been on a tear, man. Absolute tear. It's been awesome watching that car do what it does. And then Brian Havlick in here saying Rocky Mountain Race Week guys. We got Brandon Holmes in here saying Drag and Drive, supporting other Drag and Drives. That's how this community keeps growing. That's 100%. There were a lot of Drag and Drive guys in the pits. Rich Bellmond, Tom McGilton, Jason Hurley. I saw Nico Christoferi was there. Man, a lot of friends. I'm trying to remember everybody that I walked around. It was awesome. Matt Frost said he didn't make the call against Jason. That's dang it. At that point, he was fixing some oil line repair that drug on the drive part of the drag and drive portion. So, and then Azim Sheik here says, I wish I'd made it out there last weekend. Man, me too. It'd have been great to see you and hang out, but hopefully we'll see you at Drag Week coming up. He's got a 10-0 championship to run after here. And then Doug Needle here saying, I'll take September weather next year. I was spent, maybe move it ahead a month. Yeah, we all struggled pretty hard with the temps, but it was worth it, man. It was really cool. And then Rovic, yes. Dude, sorry. Yeah, thank you. Rovic was there. It was so cool to see him come down. Jan Haas came down from Nebraska to spend time at the event. It was really cool to see everybody kind of come in and do all their stuff and be a part of that whole program. Man, I'm telling you, in the article I wrote yesterday, we're literally watching history be made. This is a big movement for this event and for the Havlicks to take this on. You know, there's a lot of history there that you have a real good opportunity if you're not involved for the right reason and doing it because of the passion, because you love it, you can really screw some stuff up. And they did not screw anything up. It was amazing to watch those guys work and the whole team that they had there. I mean, they had a huge staff on site. It was inspiring, to be honest with you. Those guys did a great job and just absolutely killed it. It was impressive to say the least. And again, thanks to Molly Motorsports for being part of our program here at Drag Drive Repeat. If you guys are needing some pistons, you got to hit those guys up. Perfect. Appreciate them. Oh, hey, yeah. Rovic in here saying, hey, dude, it was awesome event. It sure was, man. And again, I'm so glad you came over and hung out. It was pretty cool to see you. Howie Price, that was another drag and drive racer that came down in the big wagon. Man, there were so many people. I'll have to go through the photos. Eric White is posting photos on Drag Drive Repeat and on his personal page. So if you are not following Eric White, please go do that so you can see all the photos. Again, thanks to Molly. Thanks to everybody that came out and did fun stuff. We're going to bring on the Nightmare Garage folks here in just a few minutes. But first, this weekend was crazy. It was awesome to have all of our race car friends around and to just see a ton of people that we wouldn't have been seeing, really, to be honest with you, if we weren't at the Havlicks deal. It was pretty crazy. Lots of good friends, lots of good times were had there, and actually got to the hotel at a reasonable time every night. Seemed pretty strange. Had no super late nights. I guess I was up pretty late Friday night, but that was on my behalf. I was working on videos and all that kind of stuff. So again, thank you all for hanging out. Thank you all for being around. Thank you for the shares. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the crazy outpouring of love we had this last weekend. Had one of the biggest weekends on YouTube we've ever had. And it was because of you guys. I mean, tons of shares, tons of comments on the photos and stuff like that. I know we didn't put out a ton, but what we did put out was great. And Eric has been working his butt off trying to get more and more stuff out. So make sure you're following Eric White on Facebook as well, because that's where he's typically going to post all the super cool stuff. And of course, our sponsors, without them, you know, we really couldn't do this. I mean, it wouldn't be possible for us to do as many events as we do as many shows, all that kind of stuff. So if you're doing some shopping, please hit these folks up. A lot of them have discount codes for us and all that kind of stuff. So Summit Racing, obviously title sponsor here of the show and the news and the circuit, which we have some updates on here in just a minute. Deech Works, Molly Motorsports, Driven Racing Oil, Howard's Cams, J-Wire Solutions, who's going to be on next week. And I get to talk about that here in a little bit. And our newest sponsor, AFCO Racing. Can't believe that they came on board. Gives us a great opportunity to understand more about suspension and stuff. Performer Built Transmissions, which I'm going to get to see in like a month at Hot Rod Drag Week. I can't wait. Car Change 3D, who I got to see when I went up to Heads Up Hustle. Power Tube TV, which has some exclusive stuff that's coming to them tomorrow for the Fastest Streetcar Shootout that I feel like they're going to love, and all of their fans over there. So if you're not watching there, please do that. WAF Racing, we know we love Chris Wozniak and the team over there. Sweet Patina, best hand cleaning wipes in the market, hands down. TKO hand cleaning wipes, Sweet Patina, awesome. And then Racing Junk Classified, who built an entire segment of just drag and drive cars. Hope you understand that. That's a pretty big deal for them to add that at our request. And I mean, listen, let's be honest. Drag and Drive's on up and up, keeps growing, all that kind of fun stuff. All right.